What is up, guys? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning. Happy Friday. It's Crypto Fud. And let's jump right into this, guys. Let me fix my mic a little bit. How's everybody doing today? What's going on? Larry, Art, Gina, Mex, what's going on, guys? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Friday, like I said. Mr. Val's in the house. Let's go, let's go. We're here. We're going to do a morning stream. We're going to cover some big things. We're going to do it all in the next probably about 30 minutes because I do have to get running, but we will most likely have a stream later on. We are here, you guys already know, for the PCE price index report. We're going to see how that comes out today. Right now, it's forecast to come out at 0.1%. Previous was at 0.2. To be honest, guys, I really do think this is going to be a big nothing burger. I don't think that we're going to see much of a fluctuation with prices or anything like that, but it's always fun to, map out and see what the prices are. And also kind of wanted to go over some news stuff from the debate last night that we did see. Nothing about crypto that I saw which was mentioned on the debate last night. So that you didn't really see anything as far as price fluctuations or anything with crypto. Some people were expecting maybe that was going to be a question, but obviously the questions were geared more towards the economy and not really towards, some of the things. Maybe not, crypto's not on the top, top 5 list, but it is up there in the top 10 as far as, what are their plans on keeping crypto in the States. And not only that, because crypto, I think it needs to evolve everywhere in the world, right? But on top of that, what are we going to do to stop the negative outlook and the negative attacks towards crypto and make crypto not the wild, wild west anymore, more of a regulator, kind of a safe place for people to buy and trade and make money, right? And some of us lose money. Just kidding. None of us here, though, right? So let's just jump right into this. So looking at Bitcoin right now, you guys can see we are about 2.5 minutes until the PCE numbers are going to drop. So we'll see how that reacts. Right now, you can see the charts are pretty much telling me that this PCE price index report is nothing. It's going to really be nothing. We obviously will see somewhat of a little bit of a fluctuation right in the next couple of minutes as it drops. But I was talking about possibly opening up some kind of a long or a short. But looking at how the chart is today, I'm probably not even going to open anything up just because I like to open it up when there's a little bit more volatile kind of, space. I know that sounds a little crazy, but I like to kind of jump in when the price is going crazy, right? And we can catch one of those bottoms or catch one of those tops and kind of swing trade ourselves into some profit. But right now, given we are looking at the 2-hour chart, you can see that Bitcoin is really hanging tight around where it's at. One thing that I do want to point out for Bitcoin that it looks very bullish is that we have bounced so far off the 61.6 level that I've been calling for. You guys already know I've been saying that we need to definitely get above here and just find that support. Next will be breaking out of this trend that we've been stuck in for the last few weeks. You guys can see the trend. Obviously, we would need to break above in order for that to happen. About 62.3 would make us above the trend line, but we'd have to stay above, right, for us to stay bullish. Solana, yesterday, Solana was absolutely ripping, right? We read through the article in regards to some big analysts calling for the next ETF after Ethereum being towards Solana. That obviously was nothing but a positive thing for Solana, positive price action, for Solana, and we can definitely see it in the charts. Solana did jump up to about 151, a little bit over that, and you can see it basically a spot that we've had marked for a while, right? And this is all stuff that we learn on our members only course, so make sure you guys hit that join button if you do want to learn how we find these support resistance levels. These lines have been here for months. This isn't something that I just mocked up. You can go back to my previous videos and verify these numbers, and these lines have been here. So you can see we ran up, hit that 151 basically, and got rejected, right? We came back and almost retested it again, got rejected. And you can see since then we have moved towards the downside slightly. We are sitting at around 146, but staying above the 20-day SMA moving average, and this is on our 2-hour chart. Looking at the bubbles for right now, you can see it's a mixed breed, but majority of the market is still in the green, doing really well. Book of Meme, 8.6%. We have Akash up 16, almost 17%. AVAX has been killing it. Fetch is still down because of the merge, and so on and so on. You guys can see, obviously, on here, Pretty much the same of what we saw yesterday. A lot of big movers, and the very few that aren't moving right now are pretty much the same, other than maybe Jasmy right now. Sitting, where's Jasmy at? Still holding above the 3 cents, so not looking too bad for that. Looking at Bitcoin's dominance real quick. Well, actually, let's jump back over. So Bitcoin PCE report just came out. Let's see here. Bitcoin is actually reacting right now negatively. So let's see here. So the core PCE price index came out. Forecast 0.1. Actual was 0.1. So you can see it is negative. Now, real quick, I did want to, we'll cover this here in a second. Let's see what the charts are doing. Personal income month over month. Let's see here. It was forecast to be 0.4. It came out a little hotter, 0.5. Personal spending month over month looks like the forecast was 0.2, and it came out 0.3, and it came out actual 0.2. You can see actually we are fluctuating slightly right now. We did break below right when I called it out, the 61.6. We did break below it. Let's go over here. I want to because I know some people are like, what the hell is the PCE? What is that, and what does it mean? So let's pull that up real quick. So the personal consumption, the PCE, looks like the price index, also known as the PCE-PI, is a monthly measurement of the prices paid by U.S. consumers for goods and services. It's published by the Bureau of Economic Analysts, the BEA, as part of the Personal Income and Outlays report, and also includes the GDP release on a quarterly and annual basis. So pretty much, if you break that down, it's pretty much saying that it's a monthly measurement of the prices paid by you and I, right? By consumers for goods and services. So with that being said, if we jump back to the charts here, let's see. If we jump back to the charts, we'll look at the numbers again, and you'll see now that we know exactly what PCE is. So it looks like for personal spending, right? The forecast was at 0.3. It came at 0.2, which is less than what they were calling for as far as what we're spending, right? The core PCE price is basically what you're paying for the goods. It was forecast at 0.1, came out actually 0.1. So what I would say for this PCE report is it's a little bit of a mixed breed. I would say the core PCE is good because we did meet the forecast, right? This is basically what you're paying for your goods, right? And then the personal spending, I would say maybe depending on how the markets react, I don't know if we were personally looking for consumers to spend more. I would think that we're looking for consumers to spend less. That would be better for inflation, correct? The supply and demand, right? Less the demand, less the price goes down. So if you have less people spending, that means inflation will continue to move down. And you can see the actual for the personal spending was forecast at 0.3. And it was actually came less than that at 0.2%. So in all, I would honestly anticipate that this was not a bad PCE price report. But you can see, obviously, the markets, they're not dumping or anything like that, but you can see they are slightly down for now. So let me see here. What do we have? So Rodney's in the house. What's going on? Cowie, what's going on? We need Trump back in office. Jay said, let's get it. Hit that bullish last night and bearish this morning. You did say that, bro. You did say that. You got to be careful, Jay, because then they're going to start saying you're from the future. I had to fight that off for like 4 months where everybody was like, I was calling some things out and it was happening and they were like, bro. People were looking at me like, dude, are you from the future? I'm like, I'm telling you, I'm not. I'm really not. So... So yeah, you can see the charts. Obviously, they're really, like I said, it's a big nothing burger. Really nothing much. We were at 61.6. We're at 61.5, right? So this is just typical price movement, really, for Bitcoin. We'll see when the markets actually open up in less than an hour, around 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, what the actual market does as far as reacting. You can see the dollar index right here up in the corner. The dollar index is technically, it's technically down for today. You can see it's technically down at 105.81. So, I mean, it's not even that the dollar's like pumping or anything like that. So, I'm not really anticipating that the market's going to open up. And the reason why I call out the market, because obviously ETF inflows, outflows for Bitcoin usually do dictate a lot of the market now, unfortunately. So, not really thinking that we're going to see too much on that. Now, a couple things that I wanted to jump in, guys. Who watched the debate last night. What did you guys think? Obviously, we're not going to get political, but what did you guys think about that debate last night? A lot of people were anticipating that crypto was going to be a topic of discussion last night, and from what I saw, it wasn't. I might have missed something, but I because I was kind of watching and not watching, but I was listening, for the majority of the time, and I really didn't hear anything about crypto. Did Jay just say what debate, bro? Are you freaking kidding me right now? It was like one of the biggest televised events other than like the Super Bowl, bro. I cannot, but Jay, the last night, yeah. Let's see here. Larry said CNN threw Biden under the bus. Let's see here. I was in shock. You know what's crazy, Larry, is I was a little in kind of just like I was expecting that CNN was going to be a little bit more harsh on Trump, and they were actually kind of, I dare me say they were like in the middle for the majority of the part as far as cutting off the mics on both people at the times that they need to, and they did it to Biden multiple times, right? So it really I mean, you have to give credit when it's due, and to me personally, I think that CNN, honestly, as biased as they usually are, they weren't as biased as they normally are. I don't know if that's something, the bar was so low for them that it's like they didn't really go crazy as far as being so biased that it's like it kind of put me in shock where I was like, wow, can't believe it. And that gives us a good transition into our article that we're going to read right now. Let's see here. So Peter said, Grandpa needs to hand the car keys over. Jay said I was being funny. I was going to say, bro, are you kidding me right now? Jay said they're talking about replacing Biden with Gavin, but what's funny is they've been calling that for a while. Art said Biden kept on buffering all night. Flip said CNN never fact-checked Trump. Larry said this was the analysts after the debate. They was saying down ticket. People were worried to run with him, and he should step down. I saw the same thing, bro. I saw the same thing. And I'm going to be honest, guys. Listen, we're not political. Obviously, I told you guys, unfortunately, we're going to have to jump down this rabbit hole as we continue to move closer to November. What I will say is both candidates are up there in age, right? They're both up there in age, and I have respect for both guys. I know some of you guys are like, are you freaking kidding me? Listen, at the end of the day, you got to respect your president, right? You got to respect him whether you agree with half the crap that they're doing or whatever the case is. But I feel like, particularly with Biden, I feel like he should honestly, and this is what I've been saying for a while, is he should retire and just go live his life. You know what I'm saying? This is a little bit too much stress, I think, for him, especially at his age. You can run into some of those people that are like 90 years old and they're still freaking out the gym. They're going crazy. They don't even seem like they're 90 mentally. Biden's 81 years old. I hope that each and every one of us live to be 81 years old, right? I hope that each and every one of us, life expectancy is for like in the States is like 78, I think. So he's already living past expectancy. Being a president is a hard job. It really is, because you're trying to please both sides. And you have your party to kind of please, but you also want to make sure that you're kind of, you have a country to look out for. Point of what I'm saying is I feel like he should really just go retire and go live his life and just move on. You know what I'm saying? He conquered being a president, whether you agree with him or not. I just feel like he really should. Looking last night, I felt bad just because you can see that, he's just, it's all of us are going to be there, right? I'm not talking trash. I'm saying all of us. Some of us are going to be there in our 60s, right? So definitely. So let's read this article. So Trump's odds of victory surge to 67% on Poly Market post-presidential debate. So Biden's chance to become the Democratic nominee also slid to 70%, while Gavin Newsom's odds jumped to 15%. Oh man, someone just called that in the chat. So Republican candidate Donald Trump's odds of winning the 2024 election surged, and there's a growing market sentiment on the platform that President Biden will either not be the Democratic nominee or drop out of the race. So blockchain bettors were skeptical of President Biden's performance in the first debate of the 2024 election cycle, pushing up former president's odds of winning the November election to as high as 67%. Look at this. I didn't know you could freaking well, I knew you can bet like in Vegas and stuff like that, but I didn't know you could bet. What is this blockchain bettors? We're gonna have to check this out on the next debate. So look at this. Bet yes 67, bet no 37%. That's crazy. So a contract asking bettors to declare the outcome of 2024 elections currently has closed to $188 million on the line, with around 23 million on Trump and 21 million on Biden. Polymarket said it suffered a brief downtime as debate started because of the large wave of traffic. Damn, why weren't we on this, guys? Who in the chat was on here and actually jumped in on this this betting? Larry said it's illegal to bet in the US. No, it's not, Larry. No, it's not, buddy. I promise you. It is not illegal to bet anymore, bro. Flip said Biden is not going anywhere. Hey, listen, bro. If you think he's got another 4 years ahead of him, then so be it. Larry said his health is going to be an issue. Art said get the career politicians the F out. Larry said to be neutral, Trump dodged questions, but that's Trump. Larry said absolutely in other countries only, though. Jay said didn't know that was a thing. Bro, I promise you guys, we'll check this out maybe this weekend. I promise you guys. Jasmy said it's illegal to sell NFK. That right there, we should get that in you know what I'm saying, in place where it is completely illegal to sell NFK. I agree with that one 100%. Good job right there of Jasmy. Now what I was gonna say is we need to check this out next debate. Maybe this weekend we can check this out. I would love to see, because that would be dope, you know, just to kind of, I think, imagine you betting on this last night's debate. I was already watching it, but now you got the popcorn and you're really like watching, right? Because now you have money on the line. I think it can make it a little bit more interesting, right? Not betting, you know, thousands of dollars, but maybe putting like $50 on it or something like that. I think that would be pretty fun. So it looks like Polymarket, this is the platform that everybody was betting on, and this is going to be obviously through crypto. I'm sure you can probably let's look up, what's it, Polymarket? Let's look it up real quick. Now I'm freaking interested. Polymarket. Let's just pull this up. Oh, okay. So Polymarket's the world's largest prediction market. Oh, so this isn't even through crypto, I think. Look at this. Holy crap. Look at this. So you guys, we can bet on the election, the Republican VP nominee. Biden drops out of a presidential race. Biden drops out of the debate. Democratic nominee. Oh my gosh. Look at this, guys. This is actually very interesting right here. This really is. Presidential election popular vote winner. Will Trump say jail or prison during the debate? Let's see, a Republican nominee. We already know who that is. Let's see here. Democratic nominee. Electoral college margin of victory in presidential election. Republican VP Biden see now during the debate. Oh my gosh. I'm going to check this out on my own time. I would love to get on here and freaking see like if we can bet in the States, one, and two, how much it actually is and stuff like that. And maybe we can do something like this for the next debate, which is in, I think, like 6 weeks from now. So remember, I was telling you guys last night, you're not allowed to stream the debate, right? I did see that a lot of news channels were allowed to do it, but you weren't allowed to actually stream the debate and have any kind of commentary, meaning like we couldn't have the debate going and then us talk about the debate while it was happening. CNN reserved the rights for all that, and they were taking stuff down. If you guys saw Meet Kevin tried to do it, and I told you guys, I said YouTube already hit a lot of us up and said you cannot do this. I guess he was trying to test the limits, and I'm pretty sure because I saw him make a video about him having a lawsuit already open going towards CNN because they shut his stream down because they did not want anybody commentating on the actual debate. You can talk about it after the fact, right? But not live during the debate. You were not allowed to live stream the debate and actually have any kind of, like a chat or anything like that. So Flip said, I didn't say he's got 4 years. So what are you saying, Flip? You just want him to get into office and then, that's all you need? You just need him to get into office and then they'll replace him with whoever? That kind of like outmines the democratic, thing that we have in place, right? You want to vote for a candidate and you want them to be in office, right? You don't want to just vote anybody in just so the other person doesn't win, in my opinion, right? Larry said, just put a larger tax on the sell side. Troy said, oh, I see what you're saying, Larry. So we already created the token, obviously. I didn't want to do that, bro. I didn't want to sit there and, because it was tempting, right? It was tempting to put like a 10% tariff on sell, but at the same time, that does deteriorate people from buying in. And I will tell you from experience, and Larry's talking about NFK, when you create a token, you can actually implement buy and sell tax. And I made sure that we did not have any kind of buy or sell tax on there whatsoever. The reason is because I've done it before plenty of times where you're buying in on a token and then there's a sell tax. It's like 5 or 10%. It pisses me off, honestly. And I usually will sell off and not buy back in on the project. Ain't nothing worse than when you sell off on your, trying to make your profits and you got maybe 50% and now you have to give them 10% of your profits. It pisses you off. It does. Flip said, not getting political, right? I see we're going down that rabbit hole, bro. I see it, man. Let's see here. But yeah, I didn't want to do that, Larry. So, but let's go back. So what were we looking at? We were looking at, oh yeah, that's right. So a growing speculation about Biden's chances of going the distance to the election day has been reinforced by looking at market sentiment. According to Polymarket, there is less than 70% chance that Biden will be the Democratic nominee, with California Governor Gavin Newsom hitting a high of 17% and Michelle Obama at 7%. Meanwhile, Polyfi tokens, remember Polyfi is anything like any of those DeFi projects like Trump, Biden, all these different political tokens that people are making. This says traders push both major tokens representing Trump and Biden well into the red. Let's pull those. We're going to pull those up real quick. So according to CoinGecko data, the MAGA token, which trades under the ticker Trump, is down 12.5%, while Biden token is down 34%. Trump is also down 10%. The DJT token and the headlines recently for its apparent connection to Barron Trump is down 5%. You know what I did hear is that Barron is Donald Trump's youngest son. He's all into crypto, right? That's why I think he's in Trump's ear telling him, listen, bro, all the younger people are all into crypto, right? He actually created a Solana token, which was called DJT, right? But what he did was he created it, the token started to blow up, and he actually wanted out. He said, I don't know what the whole reason was, but he ended up, I think, just moving out of the project a while back, right? And I don't know what the whole reason was, but this was supposedly Barron Trump was the one that actually created DJT to start the project. So crypto was not mentioned during the debate, like I said, despite it becoming a Republican campaign issue. The Polymarket contract asking if Trump will mention crypto or Bitcoin pegged it as unlikely, dropping to 6%. And let me tell you this, if the guys were just going nilly-willy, going after each other, or not even going after each other, but just trying to speak their points, I think crypto would have been brought up. But the fact that you had, and rightly so, right? You had CNN narrating the debate, right? They had the questions already pre-made, asking each candidate. They didn't bring up crypto. And I will say to CNN's defense, right, is that there was probably so much other more important topics to really tackle in such a small time frame that there really wasn't enough time to just go down and just pinpoint everything, right? Because if they hit crypto, they're going to have to hit something else, right? And they're going to have to go, it's just, we would have been there for 4 hours, right? Obviously, I told you guys, I personally didn't think that crypto was going to even get brought up whatsoever. But if it did get brought up, that depending on the wordage, it was going to be, it could be a market mover. So, yeah, Larry said they had like 5 topics that they focused on. They did. And like I said, you know, you got to remember, they want to keep the audience's attention and going on hour 3, you know, and especially, and I'm not talking trash flip, but they already were worried that Biden, you know, standing for 90 minutes was already going to be too much. Could you imagine standing there for 180 minutes? I don't even think me personally would want to do that, right? So this isn't even an attack against either of them. I'm just saying being there for 3 hours on a debate stage is rough. Even being there for 90 minutes technically is rough. Like I said, at the end of the day, I'm not attacking Biden. I think he's that cool uncle that should be at the barbecue that's funny as hell, right? You know what I'm saying? He's funny as hell. You know, he's telling you those stories and all this stuff. You don't know if they're true or not, but he's hilarious, right? And you always want him at the barbecue. That's what I see Biden as. I really think that he has fulfilled his duties with being in the office, you know, and stuff like that. And he really should probably just move on. I really do think he should move on, just because you can see it in him. I'm starting to feel, not like I feel terrible for him, but I do feel bad, just because, you know, you get to a certain age and it's like, you know, we're not as you know, up to beat like we are, you know, when we're half the age, you know. So like I said, I respect him. I respect that he's 81 years old and he's still up there to do all that stuff. You know, I hope and pray that every single one of us will be able to do that. We'll have to see, right? Because I do see people that are 60 years old that look like they're 90, right? So Larry said everything is political nowadays. It's just how it is. You know, the one thing I think with all of us, and we're going to jump out of this political stuff because I see a little emotions going on out there, is you got to be able, you know, you go back 10, 20 years ago and you could have a debate with somebody that maybe has different political views and everything stays respectful and no one loses their top over it, right? Nowadays, it's become such an emotional topic that people just freaking lose it, right? They quickly just get offended and they're like, democracy's on the line. And it's like, bro, so you're telling me we're in a democracy, right? We're always going to be in a democracy. I mean, obviously it's a thin line of keeping it, but you know, we gotta respect each other's votes and each other's opinion. That's what democracy is, right? So, and I respect each and every one of you guys. Like I said, I'm not leaning towards any side. I know you guys think that I'm leaning towards one side. I'm not. I'm just stating facts. Let's get back into crypto. So let's see here. So market roundup, June 28th. Bitcoin recently halted its losing streak and gained mild bullish tractions around 61,500, reaching an in trading day high of 62,150. That's what we saw yesterday, suggesting chances of a bullish Bitcoin price prediction. This upward trend is linked to a softer U.S. microeconomy data, which increased speculation about an impending Federal Reserve rate cut cycle this year, prompting a short covering rally and Bitcoin's prices. Remember, I'm still calling for September for interest rates to be decreased at about 0.25%. That's what I'm calling, and you guys can see that in the market, that's exactly what's starting to pop up a lot more and more. Remember, I was calling this 2 months ago. I said it's probably going to be right before the election is when we're going to see most likely the interest rates get reduced a very small amount. Given with the CPI reports that have been coming out, we've been slowly but surely moving down on inflation, and unemployment has gone up. With those right there, that calculation, that equals the feds are eventually going to be reducing rates at a sooner pace than we were anticipating just a few months ago. We were thinking it was going to be most likely towards the end of this year or possibly in 2025. So, moreover, Bitcoin gained further momentum as Donald Trump extended his lead over Donald Trump in betting markets during the June 27th presidential debate. See, we can't even get it. I'm telling you, Flip, we're not going to be able to get away from this freaking political stuff until, almost July. We got like 5 more months, or 4 more months, bro. We're going to be all right, though. I'm going to try to just keep it neutral, and we won't, jump too far down the rabbit hole, right? Because we all respect each other's opinions. So, however, gains in Bitcoin may be short-lived as, sorry, my alarm's going off. may be short-lived as Bitcoin's ETF outflows hit 1.3 billion, indicating a reduced investors' interest and potential downward pressure on prices. The U.S. economic indicators and Fed signals on Bitcoin. On the U.S. front, softer microeconomic data released on Thursday fueled expectations for Federal Reserves to begin cutting rates this year, with speculation sparked a rally in Bitcoin price as investors covered short positions. Meanwhile, the U.S. dollar received support from comments by Fed Governor Michelle Bowman, who indicated that the Fed isn't currently considering a rate cut due to ongoing inflation risks. What a bear. She sounds like a big bear. Well, you know, like I said, I think it's going to be most likely we're going to be looking at September is what I'm thinking. I really do think it's going to be September, so we'll see how it goes. Just going back into the charts, you guys can see the Bitcoin has dropped down considerably since we were looking. Obviously, when we first started the stream, we were at 61.6. We're at around 61.2 right now, so nothing too crazy. I will tell you this, if this thing breaks, this is going to be your 50-day SMA on the 2-hour. If it breaks this 50-day, we're probably going to start coming back down. I don't know if it's going to be anything crazy, but we're probably going to start coming back down, most likely hitting mid-60s, like 60,600, 60,700, somewhere around there if it breaks that 50-day. It looks like so far it is respecting and trying to bounce off that 50-day. So we'll see how the markets open up. And about 30 minutes from now, we're going to have markets opening up, and we're going to see exactly, you know, what the markets do as far as reacting for that. But for the most part, you can see today we are technically in the red given the PCE report and just pretty much everything else. I think a lot of people were kind of anticipating crypto to be talked about in the debates last night, and obviously we didn't see anything like that. Real quick, DeFi, nothing too crazy. Call is kind of sitting put right now. Right now it is only down, or only up about 0.25%. So did have a nice run in the last few days, looking great. Let's see here. NFK is technically up about 13%, so not looking bad at all. Looking at anything else, nothing really to show as far as DeFi right now, other than, like I said, call doesn't look terrible at all. It has retraced a little bit, but you can see that we still have a trend as our friend for the most part. So if this can hold this trend, I think call will continue to run. But like I said, guys, don't get faked out just because they're getting listed on an exchange. Last time they got listed on an exchange, they had a nice run, and then they had a nice run to the downside. So we'll see how it goes. I think long term, call's going to do great. Short term, you know, we'll see how it plays out. It's a little volatile. But other than that, guys, I do have to run. I thank you guys so much. Real quick, do you think Bronny James and the Lakers will have a crypto effect? Possibly, bro. If they start talking about crypto, or if they bring out any other projects, you know, like just like Jason Derulo and all these projects at Waka Flocka, Iggy, you know, if they say anything or they bring out any kind of DeFi project, it's going to run for a little while. But be careful. People are making money, and people are also getting wrecked on those projects. So be very cautious. But other than that, guys, I do have to run. I thank you guys so much for this morning stream. Make sure you guys slap that like. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe if you're not already. We do go live on the weekends. During the week, we are live around 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Other than that, guys, I thank you so much. Have a wonderful Friday, and I should see you guys later on. If I don't, be safe. Tomorrow, we will have our morning stream. We have members-only stream this weekend. Let's get it. Have a great day.